Listen, man. I hate to tell the old heads or the little Jay Z defenders, and I'm gonna take my credit for that. We have dismantled that fucking legacy. I'm sorry to say that. Like all that Teflon shit, you can't mention them in conversations. We've erased them. It took us 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm sorry to tell you. Like yeah, like he's human. He's human. like you know to the old heads, like they be like, oh, not Jay again. Nigga, it took us 2 weeks. We have brought him down to size. We're putting out truths out there. Y'all can't even. Yo, Drake's 3 albums is bigger than this nigga whole career. Facts. That is facts. So we brought him down to size, and yeah, you know, he's still one of the goats. It's just that, like, you're not gonna be like he's the one that no one can compare to. He's just another nigga. He's another goat. That's it. He's like Wayne. He's like Wayne. It's okay. It's like Wayne. Nothing more, nothing less.
As a man, I would be fake if I'm at the age I'm at now and I worship him the same way I did when I was 22.
Mission accomplished. That's all we wanted, man. We just wanted the cocksucking to stop. We wanted the cocksucking to stop. And I think now people are having actual discussions. You can give him credit all you want, you know what I mean? But it's just now it's not like, oh, no one can talk about Hov. Like, remember when these things were like, oh my God, Hov is gonna call. Yo, don't say that. Hov is gonna call. It's like, oh, do what?
I've seen enough. I've made my own millions. I've made my own mistakes. I've made big. And what I will tell you is that he has always had the advantage. So to me, I feel like this is a scary time for him because I don't know if he should drop the album. And let me give you another.
You should drop the album. The album's gonna do good. Album's gonna do about like 150, 175.
Play. Let me give y'all another play.
First album, I believe, since 2017. He hasn't dropped in 9 years. Right? When was Jay-Z last album? Yeah, he hasn't dropped in 9 years. Yeah, you'll do 150, 175. You'll probably have a bundle. Vinyls.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Jay is not dropping that album without a partnership.
I agree with that too.
You think Jay is gonna give himself a chance to do 100,000 copies first week?
Yeah. So what I think would happen is that Jay would drop something that's gonna have a limited edition. He might not even drop a new album. He might do something with the 30th anniversary and put that remastered. 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt remastered with like 7 new songs or like 9 new songs or something of the sort. And he's gonna sell wild amount. It's gonna be a collector's edition. And obviously Reasonable Doubt is history already. So that's how he would get to 175 in my book. If Jay-Z dropped a regular album, I think like he would do, being honest, I think like 125. But I think after he does the bells and whistles, I think he's gonna be 175. But now he's an expert at cheating the system. So if he finesses the system as I expect him to, he might do close to 200 or over. Now you might say, and how? Like when he did the Magna Carta Holy Grail, and he did a whole deal with Samsung to like pre-order like 1 million copies already. Yeah.
Did he have a partnership with 444? He didn't need to. 444 was enough. It was about Beyonce. It was the response to Lemonade. Everybody wanted to hear how he was gonna respond to that.
You don't think that you think he needs a sponsorship?
Okay, here's why. If he stayed and only focused on bars, he does it. But he's not focusing on bars, he's focusing on bills. So that means when you drop, you gotta be bigger than the boy. How you gonna diss me and you gonna sell 180,000, 300,000 and the boy sold 600 or some change?
Yeah, all right. This is where I was agreeing with Daniels. Jay-Z could die 30 times and come back. He cannot compare numbers wise with Drake. Like, that's one of the biggest fallacies we just got to keep bringing up. We got to put this to bed. Drake and Jay-Z are not on the same level numbers wise. They haven't been for a long time, and they'll never be again. I think Jay shouldn't even care about that. I think Jay should care about really putting like a dope album out if he's gonna put out an album. I would say do a concept album. Here's the thing, I do kind of wonder what we talk about, right? I think the reaction to this freestyle is that people don't want to hear him bitching when he's not active in the culture. Like, he's not a current active MC in most people's minds. So to hear him trying to beef with or diss current rappers is kind of like, dog, how do we even treat this? You're not an active MC. You last dropped a project in 9 years ago. So what could he rap about if he doesn't have that chip on his shoulder where he's like what Drake did, where Drake is responding to all these people, and you know it becomes like this edge that makes the album good. What could Jay-Z do? Well, he could rap about his business successes. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Exposed. The caliber mistake that could haunt your family forever. You think you made the right choice. Well, did you?
I don't think that's the thing that most people want to hear about or would be the most exciting. So, I don't know. We're gonna see what he raps about, but I think he was trying this angle of, yo, I could fucking still bomb on niggas. And I think people are like, bro, you're like 65, bro, like, please don't do this.
Bundles. He gonna do bundles.
That's my point.
Jay gonna do bundles?
He has to cheat. He has to cheat, bro.
Wow.
I'm telling you, like, if I'm
Yeah, I'm gonna take credit for all this chat. Y'all can print this. I'm gonna take credit. When niggas is talking about Jay-Z now, they talking about him like an average Joe. They talking. Yo, you know, like, you get castrated. Years ago, you spoke about Jay-Z and said he would cheat. Oh, you gotta cheat with his sales. Like, that level of disrespect, niggas was trying to get you fired, you know what I mean, put in jail. But now this is a regular conversation. Like, the point is, ain't nobody look up to Jay, man. You know, that whole thing like, oh, niggas look up to Ho. Nigga, we just kind of look down at you as the old nigga that's still doing it, that we rock with, that we hope we can put out something great. But it's like, that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, niggas is gonna criticize you and wondering if you're gonna cheat. But yeah, it's fine. You're human.
You gotta understand something. Jay doesn't get this far without being conscious. Jay is conscious. He knows everything going on around him. Jay is thinking to himself, damn, he did 120,000. Fuck. That's big. Hip hop, like, he ain't did that. So you gotta understand something. Jay is attacking, but I'm like, if I'm on Jay's team, I'm like, nigga, you better go sit down with Ye. You don't, that's why I think he was so bothered. This is the most alone he's been.
I don't know if he was bothered.
No, he felt the afro, the look. He came out on some Eazy-E, all black. I'm here to kill y'all. That,
I think he was bothered, but not alone. Not alone. I think Jay-Z showing up and doing that rap was admitting that this Rock Nation propaganda is finally failing. And I'm very proud of it. I'm gonna keep telling you I'm gonna take some credit for that. The shit he was pushing, and people like, yo, you know, he sat back and let people talk. I don't mind him doing his freestyle at all. But it showed me that he had to do it because his normal way of staying silent, that shit wasn't working. He's been losing every narrative. The tide has changed. And this was the last, you know, hoorah, in my opinion, where he's trying to come back out and be like, yo, y'all love me? Y'all don't fuck with Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy Dogg and the West Coast? Like, that was that.
Get the fuck out of here. That shit didn't hit?
Back out like a little bit crazy. And I think the answer he got.
Where the fuck is the team? Oh my fucking god, man.
Yeah, we still love you, just not like
It's a fucking caustic.
that.
Every time. This nigga just sit in the fucking crib.
We still love you.
Let's put this
just not
stupid
like
ass trap now.
that.
Tired of playing with these stupid ass niggas again. Not playing this
That's a
shit.
tough realization to get to. Everybody's
Fucking time, bro.
There's gonna be a time where Drake is gonna be an older artist. There's gonna be some new artists that's kind of like starting to make their gigs in their ground. And at that point, you know, Drake is still in the sense of like, what? Yo, that's what that album, that nigga. Eventually, people are gonna say like, yeah, we fuck with your shit, but Not like that no more. It's natural. Jay-Z just finally got there. You know what I mean? And I think his workers or puppets that have been trying to convince people like he haven't gotten there, they're losing them. Don't you realize, like, they're not controlling the narrative about this Jay thing? Like, we're seeing people criticize. We're seeing both sides. We're seeing people criticize, people liking it. That's good.
That was a statement. Jay has not changed his look in 10 years, and he did it that night. That's because I want y'all to. It's like when Michael Jackson did the moonwalk at that Motown 35 or 25, whatever it was. He knew what the moment was. He knew what it was.
So let me ask you this: what happens at Yankee Stadium?
I think he's gonna do another freestyle. But I will tell you this: the album drops.
Actually, I was thinking that at first. I disagree. I think the time for freestyle is done for Jay. I think the impact and the feedback on this freestyle isn't like, yes, it did make news and make the rounds, but the impact isn't like this, oh, we're in awe shit, like, oh man, nobody could do it live like how he did it live. I think if anything, it would be more effective if he dropped the track, honestly. And maybe I adjust what I'm saying. If he does a freestyle, it's gonna be directly from the song he's gonna drop. 100%. This freestyle just didn't accomplish what it needed to. It made noise. I guess that was one of the things they wanted to accomplish. But to set the narrative, no.
Around the Yankee Stadium shows. If an album drops, it drops around the Yankee Stadium. Like, I seen his books around, I seen his play, but even when he said the brunch was canceled, the brunch wasn't canceled because niggas was hungry. The brunch was canceled because you had a light on your ass. The lawsuits was coming down. And so for me, it's like, I hate when you try to flip the narrative rather than taking the L. That's why I like the 444 album so much. Because he was so human on it. He called himself a dummy. He admitted his mistakes. Like, I feel like at 56, you still coming on the boss talk to niggas that's young enough to be your son. I think you should grow past that. I think you're too old for that.
I think he announced it.
There you go.
First of all, shout out to Shiesty Nerds clocking in. So, listen. First of all, shout out to Graham, my boy.
I think you should already know Prize Picks is now available in most states. Download the Prize Picks app and start playing today.
Viagra and Cialis, they increase blood flow down there. That's why you can physically perform, but they do nothing for arousal.
So this Rougiette stuff is different?
Yeah, Rougiette has an ingredient called apomorphine in it, and it's the only ED medication that works in your brain to boost arousal. You get both blood flow and arousal.
How fast does this stuff work?
So it starts working in 15 minutes, and that's up to 5 times faster than the other guys. It lasts 36 hours.
So the other meds?
Just blood flow. It has no effect on arousal. That's why Rougiette works best for a lot of guys that the other stuff doesn't really work that well for.
It kind of seems like these other ED brands are really falling behind the times.
They'll all eventually be like Rougiette. It just makes sense. Why wouldn't you have both components? You know what I'm saying?
Sold me, man. Where do I get it?
Rougiette.com.
For y'all on the Adam and Lena thing. Or I could just be the best media nigga who ever lived, which I am, and give you real. So you tell me. Do Adam? Y'all not gonna like you. Like this is where you know how Joe Budden fans wanted him to hate on Iceman. Y'all want me to? What y'all want me to do with the Adam thing?
Oh my fucking god.
And it's not because like some other shit. It's just all right. You want to start with Adam?
Yeah, so what?
Let me start with Adam. Right. So the news came down via TMZ that essentially Adam and Lena are going to be divorce. Adam 22. Now the news came today. TMZ exclusively reported it. It says Lena's pulling the plug on the marriage with Adam. TMZ's learned. she filed for divorce in LA County without a lawyer. And now I gotta point out a few things to y'all. That was a red flag. Okay? A divorce is a very hefty, a business negotiation to separate not only assets, but to separate children, separate everything. If you're filing without a lawyer and you're up tens of millions of dollars, sounds like a red flag. But okay. She filed a divorce docs without a lawyer on the first, which happens to be her birthday. The irony, she filed it on her birthday. And wants legal and physical custody of their 5-year-old daughter, the documents obtained by TMZ. For those who don't know, they've had a successful podcast and OnlyFans account. Makes for a very unique relationship. They shoot porn together. With people outside of their marriage together and individually, and interview those people on the podcast. Adam also hosts his popular New Jungle podcast without her. That being said, Lena says she doesn't have a job and her only income is $3,000 months spousal support from Adam. Of course, she's very successful on OnlyFans, but in the docs, she makes it sound like she has no control of that revenue. Saying, I have no access to any financial resources in this marriage or actual financial information. So all amounts are entered, are estimates. She says they have a $1.1 million entertainment studio. She wants half of that in the divorce. They got married back in 2023. She lists the dates of separation as April 15th, which happens to be tax day. Despite all that, recently they've published a new video in an episode of Plug Talk. And as recent as, I believe, yesterday, she posted about her birthday, where she literally references Adam. She says, for my birthday, I asked Adam to make me a video singing the bridge from The Smallest Man Ever Lived. Okay? In the video, they are pictured. In the video, she refers to him as her husband. And again, I would love to drop 70, but you know, I don't want to throw any other media personalities under the bus. But I like to just move off truth rather than just move off a salacious headline. Okay? The reality here, all of this stinks. I'm in a group chat with Adam. I immediately called this out as a promotional stunt. I said, come on, what video are y'all dropping now? Okay? Let's go over the facts. She filed it on June 1st, her birthday. She posted a video referring to him on her birthday as her husband. Okay? She filed it without a lawyer. That's a big red flag. She claims she has no access to her financial assets or financial resources. Adam has said this publicly before. I've talked to Lena when I see her in person. She basically acts like they're two different countries. Like, actually, she was like, yeah, that's his money over here. You boxing, that's his money. My money's over here. I got this, that, and third. It's not true. So, the reality here is, I would say, why would this story of them getting divorced happen? And I said, well, this is great promo for some video that people could say, oh, after too many BBCs, she's finally leaving. Right? Makes for a great story. But again, you know, remember, I'm the only credible and integrity-filled journalist here. We have the dirt bags, like, you know, I don't even mention their names, but you know the ones who lied on me, that didn't correct the story, they just, like, went on that nothing happened. They have no integrity. Me, full integrity. So I'm not going to sit here and just act like I'm blind to just, like, roast Adam, and I would have done an epic roast. Trust me. Now, I was trolling him, because I was trolling him literally saying, this is a whack 100 play. I said, where's the content? Literally, where's the content? Because I'm not believing this. Okay? Not believing this. And, you know, I think he's a little bit in on it, because he's like, oh, no, nah, this is real, nothing lasts forever. Stop. I was born at night, it's not lasting, okay? So So I'm here to break it to y'all. And I did tell him, well, he never agreed to my terms, so this is why I'll go to lid off all this. I told him, I said, Adam, give me 5% of whatever fuck video y'all about to drop, and I will play along and act like I am surprised that y'all are getting divorced or play into this fake divorce thing. He didn't respond to my request, and I think that was a fatal flaw. I gotta expose this. So basically, it's not real, okay? And I'm down to take a bet with anybody, even that. Now, this is what real journalism is, okay? For the bum niggas who lied on me, I'm too trying to do my job, right? So from a TMZ headline, right? Of course, I asked Adam. Adam's not gonna really tell me the truth. Why would he tell me the truth? They're promoting OnlyFans currently. You go to Lena the Plug's Instagram. She's doing a Daphne Joy. She's promoting a scene with the guy we most identify her as getting blacked with, which is the Jason Love dude. She's promoting a scene with this guy. So she's taking advantage of the attention. She's not trying to clear nothing up. The truth sometimes is not the best thing. Adam, he's in on it too. He's not gonna come out, he's putting shit like, yo, he commented in my comment section. What did he say? He said, I thought we pinned it. He's like, yo, where's Selena at? And another one, he said, yo, if you a black chick and, you want a car or you paying for a BBL, I got it. Now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a correction to this story at some point. Okay? I think we're gonna get a correction to this story at some point. I don't want to spoil too much. But he was trolling. He's been trolling, saying a lot of things. Okay? You see Adam, yeah. If you go to Spiritual Word, I think there he's like, yo, who wanna get a car? Like, he's trolling. Like, he's having a good time with it. I think it's all shade room or something like that. And again, if it was real, I'm coming in here to drop a shit. I would drop 140. I ain't gonna lie. But just to do it for some cheap clicks, and then tomorrow I gotta be like, oh, I didn't know. Then I kind of know. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of know this shit ain't real. It's like some scummy shit just to get some bread, right? Like, you know what I mean? I could drop some shit like half a million dollars, and then knowing that tomorrow or the day after, I'm like, oh shit, we got duped. Anyway, I don't know what the other things, but basically he's trolling along, right? A lot of people are picking this up. Oh, TMZ even ran that. Back on the market. My DMs are open, ladies. That's what he said. All black women who want to date me, please DM me. I will buy you a car. Then he puts freed up. Okay? Now the internet's having their jokes, right? Yo, once you go black, never come back. The BBC took your bitch. God damn. Who gets custody of the country? Now, I call bullshit on all of this. Now, where's my proof? Now, I gotta keep reminding y'all, to the hip-hop journalists, and I don't respect none of y'all. I got more journalistic integrity than y'all. So, I'm gonna teach you how you do your job, okay? Right? Because what happens? Men lie, women lie, numbers lie not true. So, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, but academics with the paperwork doesn't lie, okay? So, I actually pulled over divorce documents. Every single one, because you know me, if I was gonna drop 150, I had to have everything. I had to have it. Nigga, I had to have everything. So I pulled every fucking document known to man. Okay? Don't ask me how, nigga, I did it. Alright? So, yeah, you know how I get down. Come on, man. Like, yeah, that's why niggas don't, come on. So I was like, alright, for all of these, can I do a pull forward? I think I can. Or maybe not. send it to the email for some people. Alright, fuck it, I'm gonna do it one by one. I thought I could like send it all along. Oh, I think I can. Alright. Now, I want to give you my proof of why I think this is fake. Alright? So, in my perspective of all of this, I believe this is fake. Alright? And this is why I won't indulge. This is why I'm not clowning. It's not a real story. I think this is a fake thing that everybody has bid for. And when promo is this fucking, you know, amazing, you don't fuck it up. Okay? Now, give me 1 second. Make sure. Okay, is this the thing? Okay. Give me 1 second. Are you open? Oh. Sorry. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you exactly off the rip. I have all the documents. So I'm going to tell you why I think it's fake. Here's a document. Number one, I told you, is filed without an attorney. But I'm not trying to make this climactic or nothing like that. The reason why I believe this is not real, number one, the dates are too, it makes too much for a story. You file for divorce on your birthday, they list the date of separation as April 15, which is tax day, right? And, okay, so those two things already is like, that's meant for a story, right? Now, once you open the document, and this is the document that she filed. It's a very basic document that she filed with the county clerk of LA County. The reason why I don't believe it is that, you know, and I'm not trying to dox anyone, but the name is right. Don't look up people's address, but I'm pretty sure that stuff's probably out there. The problem comes in when you go to contact information. So contact information for Lena allegedly is this number. Now, I don't have to, like, Google it. Well, I'll just Google it. Let's Google it. If you Google a number, you'll realize this is a New York number that comes back to, like, a bunch of other things that people sometimes are associated with a scam. Okay, you can look up the number. Okay? The only time it was a real number, it came back to a photography company, and that company now goes to nowhere. Now, what's even better is the email. So this is supposedly Lena's email. Now, if you Google this email, and this is what I'm saying, this is complete bullshit. You Google this email, let me type it in. Was it BrendaKate60@gmail.com? When you type that in, only back pages come up. That's not her email, guys. Okay? This is some scam page that has, and by the way, if you click on these links, it's a picture of Lena. But Lena, this is May 2nd, 2026. Lena isn't on Backpage in 2026. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's on OnlyFans. Anyway, what this screams to me, right? It's a non-New York number. This email address, you actually, like, there's more like links, but like I think I'm in safe mode because I'm on stream. It goes into, it's a scam email address. I personally believe that this document is a real document filed in LA County Court. It's just not filed by Lena. Did you get what I'm saying? So it's a real document. Definitely a real document. So somebody has committed a crime because they do sign for it. You go down, they do sign for it. And it's real. Let me see. There's somewhere, or it might be on the other document. It's like 7 documents. Look, oh yeah, they submitted this electronically. So this is the signature.
Nigga, use a drone.
Type in her name. The signature just type in her name. there's other things that's clear in making me realize this is fake. When it comes to disclosures about the property, right? Like Adam has a warehouse that they have a mortgage on. A mortgage I believe is for over like $3.5 million or close to $5 from what I've heard. She lists the property worth, or not she, this person lists the property worth as 1.1 million. Also, Lena has multiple houses. I know this from talking to her, and you can look it up with Beard Property Records. It actually doesn't even list the ownership of that. It's the fan made. It's not her. So, again, I don't think they're in on it. I think some stalker did this. However, maybe it's somebody who is working with them that's doing this, and they're playing the video. Depending on what they do, they'll tell me if they were in on it or this is a erroneous filing. But it doesn't appear to be real. Now, here's the problem. It's a crime to put in a fraudulent divorce filing. It's a crime, actually a crime, right? Which I was even thinking about, white people, they usually cross the T's, dot the I's. It makes no sense for Lena to actually put a fake filing in just to promote a video. That's a crime. You're gonna go to jail. Especially now it's on TMZ, and you gotta actually try to get divorced from it. You get what I'm saying? All things are pointing to them not getting divorced. So, I'll bring this one. This is this is like something about financials, right? Okay, here we go. So, this is income declaration. She doesn't declare that she gets paid at all. Doesn't declare OnlyFans money. Doesn't declare doesn't declare anything. Right? Doesn't say everything is pretty bare. Nothing on tax info. Right? Basically, the only money she claims she's getting, which, by the way, keep in mind, these filings follow up each other. If you're really trying to hit this guy over the head for half, you're coming with it initially. You're not just filing like, this is some shit you just like check every box just to like submit some shit. The only thing it says that she gets money is $3,000 from the marriage. Everything else is zero. They ask her, income from self-employment. There is no response there, right? Investment income, nothing declared. Additional income, change in income, nothing. And then randomly, the only other thing that they've put on here, they said, what are the assets in cash accounts? She says she has no money in her bank account. Stocks and bonds, no money. And then it says all other property. It says 1.152 million. That could be perhaps for, I don't know, maybe the house, but, They ask, look, if you're asking for spousal support, they ask you for your estimated expenses. For rent, nothing listed. Property tax, nothing. Healthcare, nothing. Childcare, nothing. Groceries, nothing. Actually, it's a listed amount of expenses, all for $0.
Nigga, how the fuck that stupid ass cluster killed me?
So you have zero
Get
expenses.
the fuck out of here,
and
gang.
you're getting
You
$3,000.
must be trolling.
How do you think you're gonna go get half?
Oh my fucking god.
Do y'all get what I'm saying? This is not real. It's not real. She's listed that she has zero
Retarded shit.
expenses, and she gets paid, or she gets $3,000 from the marriage. Nothing is it. There's no info here. Nothing. There's no info. No info. I think someone is misusing. By the way, it says electronically filed. I think someone has misused the state of California's website to put in a illicit filing, and I don't believe that they're getting divorced. I think that they're not going to tell the truth though, because they're on OnlyFans, and everybody on OnlyFans are liars. So they're going to try to parlay this into a play, but I'd be surprised if they're actually behind this, because it's clearly not real. It's clearly not real. But if they're behind this, they could go to jail. This is reality. Like if you're behind, like you can't use the court system to go viral. Like, that's not how it goes. That's a crime. That's fraud. So I don't believe that these white people are that dumb. I think there's either a fan or a stalker or somebody overzealous person that wanted to be funny. They put little to no info. They made the dates very interesting, fathered on her birthday, said the date of separation was tax day. Put no info about anything else. Other than like just generally like, oh, I want custody of the kid, and then I want to split his money, but we don't know what that is. There's no info in this thing at all. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm telling you this now because as the days unwind and unravel, they can't keep lying about this, or they can't keep acting like this isn't some fake shit. And if they do lie, they potentially could be putting themselves at risk of getting arrested for fraud. It's just simply fraud. Like if you file that you're getting divorced, you're not getting divorced, and you do it because now you want to go drop an OnlyFans video or promote some shit and you went viral, you can't use the government like that. You can't use family court like that. Family law, it's not about that. You're a victim.
Get the support your business deserves. With product knowledge and installation material expertise, we've got you covered. Visit your local Floor & Decor Pro desk or call our Pro hotline to learn more.
So, this doesn't look like a real father. And because I think they're not idiots, I'm going to assume that this father is not them at all. And actually, I'm assuming that Adam, by next week, he's probably going to look this. He's going to let y'all know. Like, oh, no, I don't know how that happened. We never filed for this. Okay? Yeah. So, I just want to put it out there for people. And again, if you're saying act, where are you coming to the conclusion this is not real? TMZ reported it. Well, the email address, I search it for yourself. It comes back to an escort website that is heavily warned about scams. Saying people might use fake pictures of people to scam. Lena is reasonably popular. If you think she's on a Backpage website, and again, I won't click on this, but her picture is on there naked, but it's pictures she posts on her OnlyFans. If you think, if you really want to prove me wrong, I'm not going to encourage you to go indulge in prostitution, but we'll try to be it. Look, the listing was last month. We'll try to be it. It's not real. And the thing that connects it is this email. This email has been running scams with Lena's name. Right? So this email has been running scams with Lena's name. Now pops up in a divorce filing. We could now assume it's a scam. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh my fucking god.
So,
Things are stupid as shit.
OnlyFans lying and doing those type of things or misleading people actually gives an uptick in traffic. So I think they might be slow to address it. And of course, I could tell they were trying to milk it somewhat because I'm in the group chat clowning Adam the whole, not clowning, but like we're just having like little fun jokes. I'm not like clowning, it's aggressive shit. And he doesn't say to me, be like, act, no, that's not true, right? Like, I mean, he's making like, yeah, act, nothing lasts forever. Like, he's just kind of, he's kind of like just trying to make light of it. But you can tell, like, it's not real.
But somebody just killed that girl. Because I look at it like this. The grand jury refused to indict him twice. So it took so long. The recent indictment,
Yes, sir.
the judge gave them 3 days.
Good, Mozambique.
He said, y'all got to Monday to indict this kid or release him. So within 3 days, they rushed to indict him after already not being able to indict him. All the evidence points that he did it. Now, they want me to believe that this 21-year-old kid with an undeveloped brain committed this perfect crime where he sawed up and chopped up a body, where there's not one piece of evidence that points to him directly doing this. But they go in his phone, seize his phone, and they got all the records of him proving to be having sex with an underage minor. So they're gonna charge him with that, and that's the evidence they prove to show us. Well, why can't they do that with Epstein?
The streets don't plug. You know we gotta plug the streets in, but the streets ain't been plugged in a while. I swear to God, my mama.
Do you think they did 6ix9ine like that because it's race? Like black people, like nah, I ain't. Because between him and Skinny from the Nine, it's like they snitch. Nobody no more, but the black people snitch. They.
Yeah. He wasn't lying. I'm gonna say get it by the way. And they were jealous of him because he arrogant, he cocky, and contrary to popular belief, he was with him. He was on the scene with him. He would fight with him. He would put money with him.
Trying to be black.
Not trying to be black,
Trying to be blood.
trying to be blood. But I grew up here. How can I try to be anything, nigga? And I'm from here. The roots and the fruits are one and the same.
Right.
I come from the root, so how I won't be the fruit?
Right.
And I come from the same block. That's how y'all met me. That's how y'all know me. That's why y'all accepted me.
Right.
But nigga, why wouldn't y'all protect me? And I'm doing all this for them. I'm showing more loyalty and more down than anybody in America when it comes to black games. As a Mexican, I'm putting money behind it. Really giving you niggas real money. He wasn't giving no punk money. Nip was buying the guns for the 60s. So somebody got to fund it. He was funding it. That's how he got it. Look, why? The feds already had them before he got there. The feds was already on them before they got there. He just jumped into a federal investigation, trying to be down. He jumped into an already federal investigation,
Trying to be that.
trying to be down.
A lot of people do that nowadays. Everybody do that nowadays. A lot of people jump into federal investigations trying to be that.
That's
right?
what he did.
That's what they do. They do. And then they cry once they get sentenced to life without.
So how you gonna be mad at for really being down? Really being down, but y'all not.
Right.
I done come keeping it real off the top. I'm putting everything I got online. The feds don't come get me to get me. The feds come get me to get y'all to show me how y'all get me. Feds not coming to get me. They coming to get me to get y'all. To show me how y'all get me so I can get y'all.
Feds want you to get somebody.
Y'all get me. The feds want y'all. They're gonna show me that y'all get me so we can get y'all.
That's what they doing. Everybody friends snitching on OTF James got out snitching on Dirt. Lil Sama, his cousin snitching on him.
And these two with no lawyers go snitch on Bruce Ice.
the truth with no lawyer. They ain't got no lawyer.
Them niggas ain't got no lawyer.
Why they ain't got no lawyer?
I don't know. They should have one.
So you think they gonna tell?
I know so.
Just because they ain't got no lawyer.
The lawyer gonna tell you.
That's crazy. I know it's about they no big 30 lawyer. What I didn't like about his lawyer, the first thing his lawyer did when he did the interview, say cheese. With Vlad.
He needs some money.
So why would you go do an interview? He trying to get famous.
There you go.
That just didn't make sense to me. I'm like,
At
bro,
all.
because the prosecutor can watch that interview.
Yeah.
Right? He just did it right off the bat.
You saw what just happened with the nigga that killed Reggie at Cat Williams' house. He did the Tasha K interview, nigga, in the Fed. He got arrested the next day. And they did the Tasha K interview talking about the murder. Tasha K questioning it and got arrested today.
He locked up right now.
Today.
For murder.
He just did the interview 2 days ago. He hadn't been charged in almost a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Said speaking on to get you charged.
No, nigga, he was out. He done the murder. They say he admitted to doing the murder.
Right.
But he talking about the murder. If you got a pending charge, the worst thing you can do is answer questions about it. For the prosecutor or whoever, hear what you're saying about it.
Right.
Your greatest defense is silence.
Right.
Yes, your greatest defense.
Right. So what you think about David?
Somebody else killed that girl. Because I look at it like this. The grand jury refused
He's fucking retarded, bro. You don't have to physically fucking touch him to shoot him. Damn it.
The recent indictment.
I gotta get body to body to shoot
3
him.
days. He said y'all got till Monday.
I can't
to
aim.
indict this kid or release him. So within 3 days they rushed to indict him after already not being able to indict him. All the evidence points that he did it. Now they want me to believe that this 21-year-old kid with an undeveloped brain committed this perfect crime where he sawed up and chopped up a body. There is not one piece of evidence that points to him directly doing it. But they go in his phone, seize his phone, and they got all the records of him proving to been having sex with an underage minor. So they're gonna charge him with that, and that's the evidence they proving to show it. Well, why can't they do that with Epstein? Why? Because that kid didn't commit the murder. So it has to have you look somewhere else, right? And it was a Tesla. Everybody knows Tesla on and off records everything around it, 360. Everything around it.
So they know who killed him. Come on, man. It's a test.
Come on, man.
Right. So they sent him to jail. They sent him to the worst jail in California. Like, and I don't know if he's gonna get out of St. Louis.
Well, they're gonna have protective custody.
I heard it's crazy in protective custody.
Well, they're gonna make sure nobody get to him. He gonna be where OJ was. Won't nobody get to him. Won't nobody get to him. And they'll like to get to him. Yeah, he'll chummo, so they love to run that law through him.
Right. Let me ask you what we got here. What is a misconception about Charleston White that you think people should know?
A misconception is whatever you know. Whatever you think you know is a misconception. Because you ain't met me.
Now, I was like, you was totally different. Like, when I met you, you were totally different than what it is online. Like, you one way when the camera come on. You're the same way when the camera come off, but not that way. I don't know how to explain it. It's the same, but not the same. But it's the same.
Yeah, the misconception is, nigga, if you hadn't met me in person, whatever you think you know is a misconception.
That ain't what I knew for sure.
Yeah.
So you something different, man. But listen, we appreciate you coming by, man.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
It's like listen, this was one of them good episodes. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe because it costs me a lot.
One thing you regret. Listening before I met Aiden Ross. Yeah, listen to before I met Aiden Ross. I said this recently. Black people made me feel like between Aiden Ross and Vlad TV, the nigga was selling out by working with him. You know how many people tried to deny me and talk me out of doing Vlad TV? Man, you know I'm doing demo. So when I got to Aiden, I was so, I wouldn't say psyched out. He playing gay games. Man, they trying to give me the Illuminati shit. They trying to fuck me. he trying to do a little sketch where we playing with the snakes. I'm saying, man, put the snakes on me for the blood. You know, this is the yeah. So I literally off a major kick deal right here in Las Vegas about 4 or 5 years ago, cussing out Aiden Ross. In the back of my mind, listening, trying to keep it real. The Jews trying to use you. The Jews trying to play you. Off probably a $5 million deal.
But now you with the Jews.
Yeah. But then you can never go back and get what you once had. You missed that blessing.
You think you trust you the same?
Yeah. The trust is greater than because we was able to overcome that. Just like nigga Yellow stayed at the house with me. At the house with me. Once you and the opposition overcome, nigga, your enemy really becomes your friend. If you and whoever you have a problem with, y'all can ever sit down and hash out, you got a friend for life. The hard part already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nigga. So most good friendships, most good relationships, have to be tested. And when it's been good in the beginning, when it's tested, it normally don't stay good. But if y'all done been through something once before and got through something, y'all got to test the time or something.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I look at.
That was deep.
Yeah.
That was deep. Listen. The streets unplugged. You know we had to plug the streets in. The streets ain't been plugged in a while. I swear to God, my mama, stop playing with me.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
Are you touching?
Lad touched his hand, blew up. He back here doing push-ups. I'm sorry.
Bitch, give me the fuck up. Stupid goofy ass nigga. Wasting fucking time. These niggas got guns. Stupid goofy ass. No push. We gotta heal. Fucking God.
Can I just bet David just got completely destroyed and humiliated on his own show? I think we all realize that PBD is one of those dudes who we all think is smart, logical, and fair until he sits across somebody who is smart, logical,
He makes me fucking retarded, gang.
5,000 people. I feel like I'm the luckiest man alive living in America. Okay, and that was George Bush Sr.
Can't wait to start playing this shit.
He understood the response, as did Reagan. You know Donald Trump since October has allowed in 6,069 refugees. Not 122,000, only 6,069. And do you know that 6,066, 99.9% of them are from white South Africa? Only 3 are Afghan. That's the number. That's a fact. You're serious. Pull it up, bro. 6,000 refugees, all of them are white South Africans fleeing from an American. The previous guy brought more people, 120 more presents combined. He brought in 125,000. He's trying to say, guys, time out. Let's get 100 more people. We're talking about refugees. Refugees are different. It's not about jobs. Refugees are international obligation. Like you're talking the refugee program. Green card, refugees, vetted by, the vetted program. Sure. Where you're vetted abroad. You checked you're not a terrorist, all of that stuff. That's what happened to you. Yes. Biden did it too. He allowed 125,000 people. He upped the cap. Trump dropped the cap for Stephen Miller to 7,500. And since October, he allowed in 6,069, according to the White House. He allowed in over 3 Afghans and 6,066 white people from South Africa. The 2 things I would say about that. Number 1, that's racist. You let in 99.9% of your refugees are white people who are not refugees, and you don't allow people from Iran, Iraq, Syria. I'm not here to mitigate the obvious. Like, if you don't see MAGA being anti-immigration, unless it's white South Africa. Salute. Let me play this. I was going to say something, but let me just play it.
Hey y'all, what's up? Okay, so this what I'm about to say is about to make a lot of people mad at me, but I got to say it. So I was having a conversation with one of my really close friend guys, him and his wife. They're much older than me. You know, I hang around older people. I think so. I have an old soul. usually don't hang around people my age. So we were having conversations about love, relationships, and a lot of other stuff. But one particular thing that I noticed is in relationships, black women and white women are totally different in a lot of ways. Number one, white women don't marry for love. They marry for stability, status, stuff like that. But
And they marry for stability, but not for status. And when they talking about status, they talking about engineers, they talking about doctors, they talking about lawyers. You know, they talking about professions that is not the average earning, which is the most. Which is the most. That's the most. That's the most. When it comes to average, average means the majority. So when they're talking about status, they're talking about people of influence, people that are basically in the top 5% of earners. That's what they mean by status. They're not talking about status as average earner or maybe just an above average earner. They talking about somebody with a title. Let's go.
Renting a car for your next family road trip on the Turo app means extra fun, extra friends, and extra love. For all of life's extras, rent on the Turo app.
basically, if you're, how can you provide for them? Black women, we're the only race of women who basically marry for love and still end up heartbroken.
And now, I don't even know why she's talking about marriage. I really don't know why they're talking about marriage. Only 1 in 4 of them get married. Marriage shouldn't even be in her repertoire. Now, here's the thing with Becky. Becky is marrying Brad because not because of status. Unless you're saying that the garbage man has status, unless you're saying that the mechanic has status, unless you're saying that the security guard has status, unless you're saying that the mailman has status, unless you're saying the DoorDash driver has status, right? And what I mean by that, I mean that the status that they may have is this productive members of society. That's it, which is not a status that's given, right? That's not a stat. That's not what they mean by status, right? But she has status as a wife. How about that? That's where her status lies. She's a wife. 54%, where you are at 26%. So when you look at Becky and you look at how she's choosing the guys that she's willing to marry, these guys are not top tier Brads because there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of top tier Brads. And in order to get those Brads, they have to compete for those Brads, and they usually do. But even competing, they understand that only a few of them are going to get those Brads because there's not a lot. So majority of Becky's are with who? Average earning Brads. That's one. That's it. That's one. It's all numbers. This ain't hard to figure out. This is just numbers. But when it comes to them talking about marrying for love, it's not enough for y'all, to even bring up when it comes to marriage. But the few that do get married, 80% of y'all file for divorce. And you don't file for divorce for adultery, philandering. You don't file for divorce for abuse. You file for divorce for irreconcilable differences. Excuse me. That's what they signed divorce for. That's their reason for divorcing, right? It's a go-to move when they're bored in a marriage. They're irreconcilable differences. That means they're bored. That means they just have a difference of opinion with just being with him. What's the differences? You ask, what's the difference? What's the problem? There's really no problem with him. There's really no problem. The problem is she's bored. She believes she's missing out. Again, when they file for divorce, it's not for abuse. Look it up. It's not for abuse or adultery. It's because they want out. They gave him a free card out. Here. This term wasn't used back then. Here's your way out of marriage. So she don't know, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And you're going to see at the end what I mean by this.
Not only that, we are left with hardly nothing and a bunch of kids or a child. Okay? Now, white women, they move in silence when something go wrong in their relationship. They do. Like, say for instance, in their marriage, if there's infidelity, oh baby, they're gonna take your ass to the cleaners. You hear me? Like, she's gonna see that that man, make sure they're well taken care of. Black women, a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this myself, I no longer do this. We gonna air out the men dirty laundry. We gonna get on Facebook. We gonna talk about the people. Oh, he this, he that, which it could be true, but we don't move in silence in a lot of situations. The white women, though, they're smart. Now, a lot of y'all gonna get mad at me. I don't care. White women, they know how to do it. We are the only race of women. He's trying, or let's help him build, and when the moment you do that, you help a dude build for him to turn around. What you helped him with, he's gonna turn around and leave you for the next one. I'm trying to tell you, I've seen it a lot. I don't know where we get that terminology from, but
Poor. What do you mean where we get that terminology from? She don't even know what the word means. She don't even know what the word means.
You're a tester.
Boy said that good loot.
A tech innovator, a solution creator. And Excelsior University's online technology degree programs were designed for pros and you.
They the greatest.
You mean where you get the mental conditioning? That really doesn't happen. She said, I don't know where we get the term. Learn the words that you're speaking before saying it. This is short bus. Terminology is the body of specialized words, phrases, or expressions used within a particular field, profession, or subject. It acts as a specific language of an industry, e.g., medical, legal, or IT. What is she talking about? Let me play that back for you, because this is the problem. A lot, indeed, this supposed to be the most educated. We know that's false, but they stay running around saying this, but don't even know how to use the words that they're saying. They use them incorrect in the sentence. They don't know what they're talking about.
let's help him build, and when the moment you do that, you help a dude build for him to turn around. What you helped him with, he's gonna turn around and leave you for the next one. I'm trying to tell you, I've seen it a lot. I don't know where we get that terminology from.
Crazy.
All I got to say is, white women, they know exactly, they know the assignment. They do. All I'm gonna say is, as I got older, I got wise. Don't just marry for no damn.
She said wiser.
Fool.
She said wiser.
Get the fuck off the door. Oh my fucking god, nigga. I'm not playing this shit no more. Stupid motherfuckers, man. If I could punch you through the fucking screen, I would.
One thing you can do to embarrass yourself is use words that you don't know the meaning of. That's one of the worst things you can do if you're having a discussion or a dialogue or even a debate. You look like a fool afterwards. You look like a fool, like a literally a fool. You look like a fool using words you don't know the meaning. Because it shows exactly what type of character you have. It shows that you think you're smart. You think you know what you're talking about. But in all actuality, you don't know anything about what you're talking about. And that's just the sign of it right there. But let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to y'all back then. What really happened with them when it comes to Becky and the image of Becky, before reality TV, there was something called soap operas, right? And they still on television, I believe, right? But there's something called soap operas. And when they were watching soap operas, they were watching their mothers. These were watching their mothers watch soap operas. They was watching their sisters. We saw our mothers. We saw our grandmothers. We saw our aunts. You know, they were literally scheduled their day around soap operas. They would literally schedule their day around soap operas. If a soap opera came on at 2 o'clock, whatever they were doing, they couldn't be outside. They couldn't be, they couldn't be out doing errands. They couldn't be out, around a certain time unless they was watching these soap operas. They would schedule their time around these soap operas. And if they were working, right, they would have these soap operas recorded, right? VHS, VCRs, right? They would record these soap operas and come home and watch them, right? In these soap operas, you know what they were doing? You know what they were seeing? They were seeing Becky with rich brads. They were seeing Becky's with rich brads. Now these rich brads would have these Beckys in there, driving Benzes, living in a big house, just living in a very nice neighborhood, have maids, have chefs and all this. And they thought to themselves, why is it they don't have that? And they started looking at the guy that they with, whether it was their boyfriend or their husband or their baby father, whoever it was, he was working. He was working, right? And he was an average earner. And then she caught what they usually was catching was the Miss Ann syndrome. They don't have what Miss Ann has. How come Miss Ann has this and they don't have that, right? And then they started giving him a problem, even though he was able to make sure that the house, wherever they was living at, the lights was on, the bills were paid, the kids never went hungry. They weren't, they didn't have one of the freshest clothes. They didn't have one of the most expensive clothes, but their clothes were decent. They were pressed. They were ironed. The kids were going to school well dressed. That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough because she thought that Becky was living the high life and that black men just was not doing enough. And in their mind, they thought they needed to get with a Brad in order to live this life. Not realizing that Becky is living the exact same life as them with Brad.
Wait for the drop. Groupspeed is the most legendary FL Studio plugin, in my opinion. I started out with this.
And in some cases worse. The exact same life. They were going to work. it wasn't even an every year thing. Every 3-4 years they go on vacation. Every 6 months maybe they order out to get something to eat. But one thing that Becky understood is in order to survive, you know, being homeless, in order to survive from drowning in debt and going under, she needed to be under the leadership of that Brad in order for those children to be raised in a stable home and not be out in the streets and not have to get evicted, not have to live in shelters. She understood that. That's why.
feel.
My family push my.
Oh, don't try to.
Yeah, no, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm
You
doing that.
gaslighting. You
I'm doing that.
gaslighting now.
I'm doing that.
You gaslighting.
Wait, you
Because
asking
if
how
the
my
same
child.
thing keeps happening to you, you have to take a
I
step
got an
back and
auntie.
take a look.
Listen,
Hey,
all the black women in my family were toxic. My grandma used to get drunk and wave her shotgun at me.
Okay.
Toxic. I had another aunt used to buy all my cousins freezes and candies, never bought me shit.
Okay.
Toxic. Used to let my other cousins play the game, never let me play the game. Toxic. Every black woman in my life that I've ever been in the care of has done me ill. And I was a kid. I've been with I have no problem with none of them.
So who you
But I
talking
stayed
about?
loyal. Who am I talking about?
Yeah, who you talking about? Black women, white women?
I've never had sex with a white woman in my life. 28 years old. But that don't mean I can't tell black women about themselves. Who the fuck is black women to think that we can't tell them about themselves? When they got
You were the reason. You the reason. You're part of the problem. Hold on. Let's rewind. Let's rewind for a second.
That you believe that the black woman is God. So do you really believe that the black woman is God?
From my understanding that I just laid, which I'll give again quickly, yes. One
Boy.
right here is about why black women are natural geniuses and the rejection of their divinity. And with that being said, we're gonna break it down because you know that scientifically it's been proven that black women
he had a couple of Keishas making allegations against him about him being abusive. He's always angry and violent, and they were saying that, but I don't. This is his baby mother right here. I'm not gonna play the clip. She's just up here using profanity. She's just everywhere with it. But this is from what I've researched. This is his baby mother. I'm not sure if it was her or the other one, but I remember seeing a video of one of them going to his house and putting holes in his wall, being very violent, putting holes in his wall, arguing with him, wanting to fight him, and then I guess things wasn't working out. I'm not sure if the other one was his baby mother also. This one over here. Oh, let me take that back. It was her. It was her. It wasn't punching holes in the wall. Or not punching holes in the wall. Putting holes in the wall. She was throwing his statues up against the wall. She was breaking his statues. And when she was breaking up his statues, he was telling her she had to go. Remember that video? He was telling her she had to go. She goes by the name of Golden Beauty. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was I think he has a kid with her too. I could be wrong, but I think so, right? And when she started throwing his statues everywhere, breaking them, right? He told her, "You have to leave, get out of my house," and basically was trying to, restrain her from breaking the rest of his stuff. You know what she did? She called the police on him and put allegations on him. Once that happened, you had a totally different So after all that happens, right, you get this young crowd.
Get YouTube Music Premium with this toggle thingy. Try 1 month free.
The black woman is God. No, in the sense of which I've always said no.
He went on a simp tour for years. When you put him up there, come on, you're calling them omnipotent.
It fucking sucks, bro.
You're calling them, all I seer, all I see. You're calling them all powerful. You're calling them right and just. There's just so many definitions that you can give to a God that doesn't represent anything that they're doing now, that they've been doing. It's not their attributes. It's none of that. You gave him this complex. And you know what's crazy? Now that he's saying that, they saying, oh, they got to him. They got to him. Who got to him? Well, who got to him? Oh, they must have snatched him up. They cloned him. All of a sudden, now they got to him. No! You know what it was? He was pandering. He got y'all. You Keishas out there, he got y'all. He played y'all. We knew it. We knew it. When he was making those videos, I was making videos. I was saying, he's bugging. He's bugging. I was showing y'all videos back then like this. Wait a minute, is this what a God does? Where? What do you mean? How? Explain it. Do you even know the definition of a God? What are you talking about? All he did was spit a bunch of word salad, and these Keishas was gone. These Keishas was gone. And the thing is, not only was he saying that, he made rap videos. He made videos rapping about them being gone. Like, them so far up in the sky to the point where they were so gassed that they were really running around, walking around, thinking that they were above us because of the rhetoric that you were spitting to them to boost their ego so you can get paid off of them. That's all it was. It was this cash grab, and he made bank off of it. Oh no, it worked. Hold on, let's see what else.
Got a problem with us? They let the world, they don't just let us know, they let the world know they come up to your job, try to humiliate you. But why you can't say, sweetheart, you need to be a little bit more feminine.
So how did your aunt, your
This is crazy.
cousin,
This is crazy. This is crazy.
how did that affect your life coming up? Because I've had toxic uncles. They used to get drunk, but it never affected my life. How did it affect your life?
Well, you're a wine. What are you talking about? You're a wino. Matter of fact, isn't that what she called her audience? Winos? Sipping, getting drunk, giving false information, getting sued for it. It definitely affected you. What is she talking about?
Where you feel as if almost every black woman is toxic.
Okay, right, I don't feel that black women is toxic. I feel black women in America are toxic. Because I talk
You are saying that Africans in Africa.
They might be, but I talk to some women from Africa.
Okay.
And they don't act like that.
Okay.
You don't know.
Oh my fucking god, nigga.
This is gonna be a second wake-up call.
Get the fuck out of here.
Passport Pharaoh. This is gonna be a second wake-up call. He's gonna go over there, find out there to say that he's gonna come back to this couch, to this love seat, and say, you know what? All of them. It's all of them. Young Ralph be bugging. Ralph Tresvant be bugging. Remember I told you a long time ago, he looks like Ralph Tresvant. Young Ralph, not Young Pharaoh, Young Ralph. Let me tell you something about Young Ralph, right? Young Ralph saw that there was an end for him to make some ends.
Get the fuck out of here with that wall hack bullshit, gang.
Prison or jail or whatever. And
That shit gay as a bitch. Oh my fucking god. Where's it?
he found a way in. He found a way in. When these dudes come home from jail on the stretch, it gets dark for them.
Getting gay as these fuck faggot ass, stupid ass teammates. Nigga, you stupid ass wall hacks. Niggas can. Y'all know how to fuck up every goddamn game y'all make, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all had to make that faggot ass nigga see her. Every game gotta be gay because America is gay. I get it. Faggot ass country.
Prison at one point, right? But even when these dudes go to prison, if they are trades in there, they're not learning it. They just there to waste time. That's all you're doing is sitting around wasting time. You would think that since your life is already in shambles, you want to better it by getting a trade. These dudes be coming home, no skills, trade, no leads to anything that's going to help them, live out here in the world, and they try to find a way in besides putting in that work. And the easiest way for him was to get on YouTube and pander his way into some bread, and he did that. He found a way to get in without having to really work for it. All he did was tell Keishas that they were the most important, that they were genius. He called them geniuses. He was like, they were geniuses. They're the most intelligent. They're the most divine. That's all he did. He didn't put no real work in. All he did was sin. He put no real work in, and I'm talking about as far as his life, getting his life together. He put no real work in. So he came online just like the rest of these clowns that's on YouTube pandering to these Keishas, got these Keishas all in their chats, you know, taking money from Keishas, getting super chats from Keishas, you know, on panels with Keishas. They don't really have any real skills. They don't really make any money out here besides what they do on YouTube, right? So he found the way in, and once he found the way in, he decided to keep going. His problem with that is he started actually believing in what he was saying because he started getting in relationships with them. He forgot all the trauma. See, that money made him forget all that trauma that he was going through. All the trauma that the women, that the Keishas in his family would put him through, the money made him forget it. He forgot it. He forgot all the trauma. The trauma is forgotten now. Now, since the trauma is no longer there because of the money, right? The money put shades on his brain, and then he started getting into relationships. Those Keishas reminded him, hey, this is what we're really like. You must have forgotten. And they did a number on him. His money started depleting. They hitting him up for child support. He's going to court for allegations. You know, they put charges on him. He's getting put in jail. They making videos, slowing up his bread because they making videos calling him an abuser. Yeah, now you got what it's like to be with them as an adult in relationships with them. And now you're talking about, oh, they're toxic this, they toxic that. My mother, my grandmother, they did this, they did that. Oh no, the black woman is not God. But she did that for a check. Now, you know these Keishas, you know they always ear hustle. Since you like ear hustling, Keisha, here's the thing, Keisha. We've been saying this since he's been saying it. We've been saying, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not now. We've been telling you all he's doing is saying that to gash you. And we also been saying that he really don't believe that. It's a ploy to get some bread. What did you do? You tried to tell us that we're wrong because he's spitting the truth. We're wrong because he's telling the truth about who you are. We said, no, we know who you are. We're not trying to get confirmation from you. We already know who you are. He played you. He played you. Everybody played you, Keisha. Everybody. Everybody that we said is only pandering to you played you. Played you. We told you, yeah, Derek Jackson played you. Played you. Everybody that came out that was pandering, where they at now? All of them that was just pandering for a check, where are they now?
Oh my fucking God, nigga. It's gonna be good, man.
Derek Jackson was a big one. He was a huge one. Because we found out, just as everybody else found out, that he was cheating on his wife. With who? A Keisha that was a doctor. He would take Dr. Keisha on the Tizzy tour and then get on the camera and say, oh, it doesn't matter if she has children from another man or not. It doesn't matter if she cheats on you or not. You still be by her side because she Got that choo-choo treatment. She got that all-aboard treatment. She saw a couple of movies and got that all-aboard treatment. You shouldn't even care about that for all the frustration you put her through. That's what he was doing. That was his routine. Dr. Keisha, Tizzy Tor, get on camera, start lying. The next day, Dr. Keisha, Tizzy Tor, get on camera, bang. That was his routine. That was his routine. And y'all look foolish. Y'all look foolish. They played you. And they're going to continue to play you because all you want to hear is feel-good content. That's why this channel pisses y'all off. Because here's the thing, black men. They're not mad because I'm calling them, calling them B's and H's and using profanity. I don't use profanity. I don't use profanity. I'm not, to tell you the truth, I'm not vulgar. If you listen to me, I'm not vulgar. They're mad because I'm telling the absolute truth. That's it. And I'm not just saying things. I'm showing y'all through research and history. That stings. That stings.
Fucking God.
That stings.
Niggas wanna play Loot fucking Simulator.
When I first, got
Straight
on the
bitch ass
scene,
niggas.
I remember when I had just 500 subscribers. Just 500. And I was pissing them off. You know what was one of my earliest videos? And I'm only saying this because one of the brothers asked me to do a video on this. I've done it already. One of my earliest videos was on Eunice Rivers. Eunice Rivers. A lot of brothers did not know who she was and what she was doing and what was she a part of. She led all those brothers to those experiments. A lot of brothers didn't know. I did that video years ago. Like years ago. If you a day one, you know. A lot of brothers was like, who is that? Look her up, please. You need to look her up if you don't know who she is. Over 600 brothers. And they wouldn't have been led that way if they didn't think that she was on their side. Getting injected and then going home and you watching your skin and you watching your flesh, you watching yourself rot.
The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in a Black Card spot.
Need the fade. Run them hands. Put the dukes up, Duke. Run them back. Yeah. All that. I'ma need that. Run that.
Influence that perpetuate this boogeyman stereotype about our men. A lot of black people that encourage us to vote for the same party with no tangibles. And black women who become very wealthy from the death of black men. It's time we start calling y'all the axes and the sellouts that you are. You do not deserve to speak on our behalf because you are our enemy.
Put your dukes up, man. Put your dukes up. Time to run me my fade. And you better let me win. Salute. Like I said, I had to go in the archives for this video. I saw brothers in the comment section saying, nah, not Lachey, not Erica Lachey. Because remember, in the video I said that I did a video about her years ago, about her, criticizing black men. You saw those videos.
My fucking
The
God,
video that you
man.
just seen, you seen a bunch of those videos. But you probably missed this one because she only made a few of these videos. But she made plenty of those videos that you
Teammates nowhere to be fucking found. Niggas over here playing fucking Loot Simulator.
oh yeah, she's one of the ones. She's true and tried and yeah, she needs to be protected.
Teammates always fucking retarded, gang. The fuck are you doing?
But eventually,
You need to fuck out this stupid ass game. Please, gang. Not playing this shit no more. Swear to God.
addressing us, they will show their true colors.
Can't even do it, gang.
This happened to be one of the few videos that she did showing who she really is. Let's get to it. Let's listen to it. And by the way, if I say I have a video, if I say I have something, do y'all know me to just be saying things that I can't back up? Seriously. If I say I have the evidence or the proof of anything, just know I have it and it will be coming out. Just know I have it. If I say, yeah, okay, I'm going to bring it to the table, just know it's coming. Now, I don't do that. I don't say things that I can't back up. Y'all know that already. But anyway, let's go. To what she had to say.
Let me see it. You know, I do my sound check. I see the thumbs up emojis here. Quickly, I'm gonna just be quick about this, but clearly I have to talk more about these things because folks got like a weird, messed up depiction. Just for like the brothers that's in here, you know, I really do love y'all. Like I really do, for real. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. Y'all know I love y'all. But it seems to me that I've loved on y'all so much that y'all like don't understand when I'm talking some like real stuff, and y'all be in your feelings because you think I'm only supposed to like stroke the ego 24/7. Now that's what you think, isn't it? You think that all like 24/7 I'm supposed to. Black men are never wrong, and black men always do the right thing, and they're always perfect. You used to be having y'all back, and I'm always gonna have y'all back.
But
then when
anything after but, we've been told as children is BS. Now, like I said, you know, but anything after but is BS, right? What does she mean by stroking our ego? She mean by telling the truth. So stroking our ego is telling the truth about where we at, what the climate that we were in, the climate that we're currently in, when it comes to them against us, when it comes to them undermining us, when it comes to them trying to supersede us for the role of leadership. So that's what she meant by stroking our ego, by telling the truth of the matter when it comes to our relations and our dealings with them. So that's what that was about. But anyway, let's go.
Y'all be in the comments salty. That's how
we saw.
Okay? That's all the way out. Y'all can't be doing all of that. Come on, man. I look through the comments and I see people in there talking about, well, maybe the men generalizing because they tired of dealing with lying and cheating women. You think we ain't dealt with our fair share of lying and cheating niggas? Like,
now your N-words. That's your queen, mother, goddess, calling us the N-word. Exactly.
Boy.
There you go. Calling us the N-words. Yeah, your queen, mother, goddess, sister, all that jazz, calling us the N-word. She loves you so much, she calls you the N-word. And in generality, when you talk in generalities, that's for everybody. That's not just that's for everybody. The basic sum of everything in existence is done by talking in generalities, because if you talk from an anecdotal experience, you only can talk about your personal accounts, which which really wouldn't count for much because everybody have different reactions to whatever's happening outside. So you have to talk in generalities when it comes to, you know, culture, when it comes to people as a whole, when it comes to a certain demographic. So there's nothing wrong with it at all. The difference between talking in generalities is that what we're saying is true, and what y'all be saying, you and your ilk be saying, is lies. And the way to tell the difference is, all we have to do is tell the truth about you and your ilk, and you look bad. In order to make us look bad, you have to lie on us. And
Justification for me to generalize all of y'all, it'd be like, black men, some lying and cheating men, because I've dealt with a couple of them. But then you want to come in my comments and be like, well, the reason why we generalize y'all black women is because we've dealt with some. Like, bruh, stop it. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is? I've been like, I've really like stroked y'all ego.
Here we go. See? Here we go.
Too much. I be trying to balance out the way that the world like views black men, because I know that y'all never get people like really praising y'all and esteeming y'all or telling you guys that we love you and you're valuable and all of that. So
And where does that come from? She's defeating her own argument. Where does that come from? When you have every other race of women who are praising their men, right? Telling their men that they love them, telling them that they respect them, right? But our women, right? This is what they say, our women. That's why I say they're not our women, but that's all they refer to is our women, right? Our women do what? Instead of praising us, right? Instead of telling us that they love us, what do? They side with every other race of people that have a different of opinion about us. It could be anything.
He's a fucking faggot, gang.
It could be Hector. It could be Becky. It could be Brad. It could be anybody. Anybody. They'll side with them against us when it comes to anything negative about anything we do. Anything they side with. They especially side with Becky. They side with Becky when they told Becky that we're willing to be foot soldiers for you. They side with Brad when they told Brad they're willing to be foot soldiers for them. They side with the media, right? They went into the media and told the media that we were this, we were that, we were degenerates. So when you have the group of women that's supposed to be on our side painting us as monsters, as degenerates, you know, painting us as people who don't take care of their children, who run out on their families, when we know that's not true at all. When they paint us in this light, and then we have to go out into the world and have to deal with this, right? Who is to blame for that? She's defeating her own argument. Who is to blame for that? So now we're speaking up about it, and you're upset because what? Because so the only time black men is supposed to have a voice is when you speak for us? This is what she's saying, that we're not supposed to say nothing and let her do the talking. And this is the reason why I tell y'all, stop listening to these Keisha content creators. Because if you say something, right, about your experience or about black men experience in general, they're going to look at you as if you are not supposed to speak about it because that's her place. What she's doing is she's saying that I am the replacement for your voice. I should only speak for you. You shouldn't be in the comments saying anything. You shouldn't be in the comments talking about anything because I'm your voice. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing when y'all go to those channels of those Keisha content creators talking about your experience. And if you're in the comment section and you check her on something that's wrong, tell me if I'm lying, black men. Go to any of these Keisha content creators. If they do a video and you tell them that they're wrong some statistics when it comes to black men, and they the ones that's supposed to be speaking up for us. What would they do? Would they say, you know what, you're right, let me go check the source? No. You know what they do? They'll either block you or they'll erase your comment, and you know why? Because they created an ego talking about your experiences. Now they got a big ego because you gave them a following. This is the problem.
It takes time, dedication, and the right support to achieve your best self. The Vitamin Shots health enthusiasts are here to make sure you're not wasting a single moment on the wrong supplements. You'll find a huge variety of science-backed solutions for every goal, and the people that help guide you along the path to greatness.
The fuck is that? Bro, get the fuck out of here.
I've been talking about this for years. This is problematic.
Because I don't see that enough in the media, because I don't see that, I try to be that voice. I try to be that perspective. Because I'm
Exactly. She tries to be your voice, black man.
like y'all be hearing, as much as y'all be hearing that y'all don't pretend this and y'all was wrong with the black community, there needs to be someone speaking up for y'all and saying that we do love y'all and we know that you guys protect us and we know that you guys love us. But at the same time, don't
And that's the problem. That's not your place. We can do that ourselves. We can speak. I've been saying this for years. This video is wild old. I've been saying this for years. That's not their place. Catch up, black men. This is not their place. We can speak up for ourselves. We don't need you to speak up for us. Because this is what happens. This is what happens. When Keisha speak up for us, this is what happens. They'll see something they don't like and automatically, now we're the problem. We don't need you to speak up for us. Who said we needed you to speak up for us? Maybe those lames and simps thought that. We care less about what you think. Men don't care about your opinions when it comes to speaking up about our image. Black men is simps, is black males that won't mind you speaking up. But black men, they don't care about your opinions when it comes to our image. You did so much damage to it, you think your voice is going to be the one that changed everything around? No, it's us. That's a fact. They did so much damage to it. Now you think you're the one to repair the damage? No. You did too much damage. And this is what gets me, black men. This is what gets me. They did so much damage, and now they want to come back and act like they want to repair it by speaking up for us, but then go back to damaging it again. That's what she's doing. Damaging it again by saying, you N-words, we dealt with the same thing with you N-words. What are you doing now? Nothing. So she profited off of pandering, and now since she got her coin, now she want to go back and do the damage that was already there. She wants to put the damage back in its proper place. Nothing. Kidding me, man? It's us that has to show who you are. And every day, especially since social media has been around, we've been showing the world who you really are. And it's looking very nasty out there for y'all.
don't start taking advantage of the fact that I'm like that.
Here we go.
You feel me? Don't do it.
You feel me?
Don't take advantage of the of like, oh, let's generalize each other. You feel me? Like if we have issues with each other, if there's things that need to be worked on, then say that. But don't be generalizing people. You know? That's out. And then be all in my comments and stuff.
Like, that's hot. That's what they were doing with us. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That black men, they don't have jobs, they're in prison, they have kids everywhere. What do you think that was? What is she talking about? Anyway, let's finish it. Let's go.
Some stuff mad. You know, and saying
Black men are mad now. Black men are saying dumb stuff now.
We generalize black women, it's true. I mean, black women can say that about black men. When we generalize y'all, it's true.
You can't.
No, you can't. Because you don't have any evidence.
Facts. They don't have no evidence.
To generalize black men. You don't. You don't. All you've been doing is lying. We're in jail. We're locked up. That's why there's no men out here. We don't have any jobs. We're deadbeats. Those were all lies. These were all debunked. These lies was debunked. So no, you can't lie about us. But we can tell the facts about y'all.
You can say
Reddit changed my career as an advertiser. Let me explain. Whenever I got a new brief, I would go to the subreddits where my target audience was already talking and just read. I wanted to know what they cared about, what frustrated them, which products they loved, and why. It was my favorite place to research and a gold mine for insights. So much of what I learned
Oh my fucking god, nigga.
concepts and then the ads that came out of them. It got to a point where my creative directors just expected me to come back with something good from Reddit. But what I was doing manually for years, Reddit has actually built tools around. Reddit Pro gives you that same window into those real conversations. You can do real-time social listening, spot trends early, and understand sentiment, and even better, it's free. And then, when you're ready to show up in those conversations with the clarity you got from those insights, Reddit ads, actively researching and ready to buy. And you can get $500 in ad credits when you spend $500. Better insights make better.
I hate playing this faggot ass game. Niggas drop 20 rounds on the fucking floor, especially you do something.
You feel me? Like, there could be some smidges of truth in these generalizations here, but the point is, generalizations do not represent the whole.
Turn this shit off.
They're detrimental. You know what I'm saying? If she really want to be better as people,
Does she understand generalization?
Children, you ask them, you know, you tell them like, why did you push your sister down in the dirt? Well, last week she pushed me down. Like, bruh, that's not what we know here. You feel me? Somebody got to be the adult and be like, all right,
Feel me?
I know we both
She's calling you children now.
wronged each other. I know we haven't been the best to each other. But I don't want this cycle to continue, so I'm gonna stop. You feel me? Somebody gotta be the bigger person and decide to do that. You feel me? I know I'm dealt with.
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? Let's go. Let's go.
You were not the best to me. I know I've dealt with men who done stuff that I thought was shady, who betrayed my trust, and all sorts of things. But am I gonna go out to the next man and be like, well,
Fucking God. Peace.